Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new event preview, game mode preview, known as the Index. Now, the Index was announced a few weeks ago, and it was basically heralded by the devs as the corpus version of the Rthum. And I 100% agree, because that's pretty much exactly what it is. But it has a lot of interesting twists to it, and I'm kind of torn on whether or not I 100% like it or not, which I guess isn't really necessarily a bad thing. I don't have to love everything that comes into this game, but it isn't just a copy-paste of the Rthum, which is great. It's got quite a bit of a twist to it. But the way the basic version of this game works, there's a basic version and an endurance version, especially for this event. The basic version of this event, you basically have to get to 50 index points as a team. Now, it's obviously going to be one team of Warframes against a team of AI Corpus Brokers, is what they're called, for this mode. And in order to score index points, you have to pick up green index orbs, I guess. I'm not sure if they actually have a name or not. Once you've picked up these orbs, you can cash them in at a bank location that moves around the PvP map as the mission progresses. Now, the more orbs you pick up, the more index points you'll score. And at the beginning of each match, at least for the basic version of the Index, you actually have to pick how many points you're going to score. There's 3 levels. Bronze is 5 points, 5 index points. Silver is 10 index points, and gold is 20 index points, which means you have to score that many index points. If you do that, you'll get an amount of credits. Based on the level that you chose. So if you chose bronze, you'll get 5,000 credits. Silver will give you 15, and gold will give you 25,000 credits. If you make your score total, if you make your point total. If you don't get the number of points you want, let's say you go for the gold, you go crazy and you want 20 index points, and your team makes it to 50 points, and you finish the level, and you don't have your 20 points banked, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to lose any money. The only way you lose credits in the Index is if you lose the entire match. Then you'll lose whatever you invested. So it's very, very hard to actually lose credits in this game mode. However, it is very, very easy to farm credits for this game mode. These matches last maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I think the longest match that I had went on for about 5 minutes, and that's because nobody was banking points quickly enough. But it's a really, if you have an efficient team and you all pick the right level kill requirement and you all make it, it's a really solid way to earn lots of credit very quickly, which may be a bad thing for dark sectors. Dark sectors may be on the way out. I'm thinking they may be changing the dark sectors soon because they have this new way for us to farm credits. We'll see, though. We'll see. I'm not going to say that for sure, because dark sectors are accessible from pretty much any planet whereas you do have to, at least right now, you do have to make it to Neptune in order to get to the index. But this might be the new way for people who've made it to Neptune or end game people to farm credits. I'm pretty sure. The actual amounts that you can wager escape me right now, but I made 250,000 credits in like 20 minutes. And I really wasn't even trying. And the other good thing about this is I made 250,000 credits and it wasn't being affected by my credit booster. So people who don't have credit boosters can farm credits much more efficiently using the index than the dark sectors. Because the dark sectors are really only really good for credits if you have a credit booster. I mean, they're good if you don't have a credit booster, but they're great if you do. The index is great whether you have one or not. So it's an interesting game mode. It's a little bit more, I don't want to say complex, that might be giving it a little too much credit, but the whole kill confirmed aspect where you have to gather the index orbs and you kind of have to feel it out, like do I want to take the points that I have and cash out, or do I want to try and keep getting orbs? Because the more orbs you're carrying, the more points they're worth when you cash it in. It's not a straight one-to-one conversion. If you have 3 orbs, it's going to be worth 5 index points, and that number grows exponentially as you get more orbs. It's a it's a decently fun game type. It's definitely something new, and it definitely was fairly hectic. The individuals who you're fighting against, the actual brokers, the Corpus brokers, they don't have as much flair as the Grineer champions do, but they're just as tough. You have a Moa with a Glaxion on its head. You've got a crewman with a Pruva. You've got the hyena robots there. I believe there's also a raptor osprey at one point. It's not bad. It's not a bad game mode. However, the one thing I don't love about it is that your team can steal your index orbs after you make a kill, right out from under you. And that does promote kind of less cooperative gameplay, but I don't know. It's hard to... I don't know. It's a tough thing to be 100% mad about, and I'm still kind of trying to process how I feel about it. It's kind of a risk versus reward type of thing. If you go for the 20 index points and you don't make it because a teammate stole a bunch of your orbs, is that the teammate's fault? The teammate's trying to get his. If all 4 players take the 20, take the gold 20 point reward, somebody's not going to be able to make it to their designated point values. So it doesn't necessarily promote cooperative gameplay, but it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. You just kind of have to evaluate what you feel comfortable with doing. It's a fun game mode. It's the point of this ramble session that I've gone on. It's an interesting game mode. I think it will be the new way for veterans to farm credits when they need to, and I think it's interesting and it's a lot of fun, and it kind of adds sort of this credit gambling feature into the game, which I think kind of mixes things up a bit. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. There's also a number of different mods that were added into the game as drops, just like the Rathum for the Detron, and the Pruva, and a new Sentinel mod, and a companion mod. I'm going to do a totally separate video for all those mods, because there's 6 or 8 of them. I don't even have them all yet, so. But overall, this game mode, I give it a thumbs up, a hesitant thumbs up. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Tell me what you think of the new game mode. And until next time, I've been your host with the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.